Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Monotalk. I'm on. Good. It's so hard to watch the plethora or the continuous piling of criminal activities that are supposedly, or had supposedly, past tense, happened under the Biden administration. And a lot of people, especially the MAHA, Make America Healthy Again people, and the Make America Safe Again people, and the Make America Great Again people, are extremely, or just impatient. They're just impatient. I get it. I am too. I want to see some justice happen, because we watched in real time as the Demoncratic Party and a few Rhipiglicans began to hand over this country, or the last stronghold, I called it, of the planet, to the global elite that basically want to take over everything with central bank digital currency, drastically decrease the population, and then hoard the rest for themselves. They don't want to fly away. They don't want to go to Mars. They don't want to travel through space. They like the way things are now because they have, and still have, it seems, absolute total control. Until Trump stepped in. When Trump said, "They're not after me, they're after you. I'm just in the way." And that is beginning to be the case, but I'm waiting for Pam Bondi. Yeah, we all are. I'm waiting, Pete Hegseth, he's stirring up the Pentagon and the military the way it should be, instead of people being, obese, being able to pass physicals, and men cross-dressing. If anybody, if you want to cut the term of trans in half, it's cross-dressing. It's a guy cross-dressing like he's going to be a clown, or he's going to be a cowboy, or he's going to be a pirate. But today he wants to be a girl. That's his prerogative. I have nothing against that. But the term trans, if you guys know who Dylan Mulvaney is, he's just an actor. And that's what his job was. Just like Zelensky is an actor of Ukraine. He was the position there to start the money laundering scam. But back to Pam Bondi real quick. Here is, I believe, the biggest thing that I think people kind of need to realize is we're just seeing a lot of information out there. Just tons and tons of accusations, tons of quote-unquote findings. I'm getting a lot of, Facebook is just completely filled with a lot of Demoncratic and Rhipiglican supporters. I get it, And that's the way that Zuckerberg was told to organize or construct Facebook and Meta or Instagram, was to make sure that the MAGA, the Trump, MAHAs, whatever, didn't have the platform that everybody else did. Because if you said anything against, COVID, the vaccines, anything against the current administration, from 2021 to 2024, the end of 2024, you were going to get suspended, you were going to get fact-checked, you were going to get community guidelined to death. And YouTube was the same way. But now a lot of things have changed. Obviously, Zuckerberg went and spoke to Trump, and I am still concerned about YouTube. They seem a little freer as more information is coming out about COVID. Like I said, I tried to warn everybody about this Fluvid-19 thing that everybody was taking to try to get rid of something that basically didn't stop the transmission or do anything, but just basically really hurt your immune system. In any case, we now have oversight project investigations, binding auto pen signatures, use on every document. Okay. And then we have the Epstein file, which I could probably just find that anywhere if I just look here. I think I've got it somewhere on here. But, yeah, here's the auto pen. Jimmy Dore says, is this equivalent to forgery? Is an auto pen signed document legal? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. What's interesting, even more interesting, is people are saying that Jill actually ran everything, which kind of makes sense. She protected the hell out of her only son, or their only son. And she, you need to do this, you need to sign that, you need to put your, auto pen this, or whatever the hell he was doing. You need to talk about this. I mean, you could see it in their interviews. You could see it anytime they were together. She would go kind of nudge him or say something or cut him off if he started to be just a complete zombie puppet, which he was basically the whole time. But what we're seeing now is Pam Bondi in the Epstein Islands. We're seeing Kash Patel going after a few very low-end FBI agents and a few people in the prior departments that even Tulsi Gabbard's going after for their sicko crazy chat that they were having, disgusting sexual crap text chats back and forth. It was really just, come on. There's a ton more out there. And Pete Hegseth knows this too. Marco Rubio is just kind of, I don't know what the fuck that guy's doing, honestly. But yeah, everybody wants, this is what MAHA, MASA, and MAGA want. They want convictions. They want arrests. They want trials. They want imprisonment for these people that treasonously tried to hand over this country to the global predator class, as I've been talking about for, 4+ years now. And they want to see some action, and I get it. And I totally get it, because there's people out there that are just, they want to see some, they want to see some results. They want to actually see the Trump hammer of fucking justice come down. But you have to lift up a hammer first. This is hard. So what I put in here, as Demoncratic congressional leaders and department heads are exposed for criminal acts, be patient and expect convictions to follow. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Trump just said he wanted to give us till about September. There's just a lot of stuff going on. And I get it. A lot of people want action right now. They wanted Cash to go in and just start fucking, about July 13th and the assassination attempt, and they want this and they want that, and I get it. But like I said, you have to have a hammer first. You have to have the gavel in your hand completely. And if you leave it up to the judge or the jury, then you're fucked. It's kind of like an octagon fight. You don't want to leave it up to the judges. You want to knock him out. You want him to quit. You want him the KO. You want that, because if you go to bat, if you go to the race, if you go into the battle, if you go into that fight or that court session or whatever the case, however they're going to set this shit up, which I'm sure they're going to, they want to have a strong case. They don't want to have a January 6th committee case where everything was biased. They want to have people there on both sides being able to defend themselves and probably put themselves under some serious penalty of perjury as it'll move by, or most of them will plead the fifth. I really believe that. You're going to hear that. We're going to plead the fifth. We're going to plead the fifth. You guys remember Oliver North? Anyway, it's really interesting. People are just very impatient right now, and I totally get it. I'm with you on that. I've been kind of complaining, bitching, and everything like that. But, when it comes to the Epstein list, there's a lot of information in there pertaining to Israel that probably, I'm not sure if Trump wants to expose that. And it's sad because everybody else knows it. Whitney Webb knows all about it. Okay? Glenn Greenwald knows all about it. Jimmy Dore knows all about it. A lot of people out there know all about it. Kim Iverson knows about it. There's some people on Fox that probably even know about it. Right? They know that, but the problem is our government, for some crazy fucking reason, is so far up Israel's butt. It's just fucking mind-boggling to me. I mean, I don't get it, honestly. So, I'm going to go here real quick, and I'm going to show you this video.
See, he has just uncovered that a far-left political action group called Act Blue has been directly funding the domestic terrorist attacks that have been targeting Tesla dealerships across the country. Now, before we get into what Elon Musk has to say about all of this, I want you guys to really understand the type of destruction here that we're really talking about. You see, we're not just talking about random acts of vandalism. No, we're talking about coordinated, politically motivated acts of domestic terrorism. And so before we really get into all of this, I want you guys to take a look at this highlight reel, which shows just some of the Tesla dealership attacks that have been happening all across the country.
Some of their windows are now boarded up. This is because early Wednesday morning, the windows at this dealership were damaged by gunshots. Take a look at these photos from Salem police. You can see the bullet holes in the window and the shattered glass at the Tesla dealership on Mission Street in Salem. Salem police tells Fox 12 that the FBI is now assisting with the investigation. The shooting incident comes just weeks after a car was set on fire at the same Tesla dealership.
Charred in various shades of black. Evidence of the fire that broke out in this Littleton parking lot last night. And the fire chief says these flames were no accident.
At this point, it does appear that it was a set fire.
Around 1 a.m., firefighters were called to Constitution Ave and found 7 Tesla charging stations up in flames. They burned for nearly an hour.
Police taped bullet holes and shattered glass. Crews spent the day cleaning up the Tesla dealership after investigators say someone shot it up overnight Thursday, causing tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
When employees showed up to work this morning, that's when they discovered the damage.
Tigard police say someone fired at least 7 shots, damaging 3 cars and shattering windows. Fortunately, it happened overnight when employees were gone.
I think the concerning thing for the employees is that it happened at all, and that one of those shots went into an office and into a computer monitor. Ultimately, we're just thankful that nobody was hurt.
The latest vandalism comes just one day after federal investigators say they arrested a man in Salem for similar crimes. He's accused of throwing Molotov cocktails and shooting at the Tesla dealership there.
Antifa.
Like in that case, Tigard police are now working with the FBI and ATF to determine if the latest vandalism is politically motivated.
So yeah, as you guys can see, this stuff is not good. This is serious. And as we said earlier, these escalations. This week, 7 Act Blue senior officials resigned, including the Associate General Counsel. So folks, did you catch all of that? Not only is Act Blue under investigation for illegal foreign donations, but they're also directly funding these radical far-left groups that are behind these Tesla attacks.
That's speculation. I get it. But what if it does pan out? What if Act Blue, USAID, the Biden administration, and just a ton of Democrats set this ball in motion a long time ago? BLM, right? And a few other things. What if we all find out, and there's unequivocal, without a reasonable doubt, that this administration, or basically, the Biden administration the Democrats are Demoncrats. People call them demon rats or demo rats. I really believe they're demonic. I think there's something going on. Whether it's a cult, it doesn't fucking make a difference. Like I always say, I don't care what theism or idol you worship or culture in or group or Amway fucking company you're working for. You know, stupid mistakes are stupid mistakes. Which comes to mind, I was cleaning out the ice cream machine at work, and I decided to try to take a little shortcut. It didn't come out very well. I had ice cream all over the fucking place. But lesson learned, right? I was trying to get out of there and do the bowling. And by the way, at the bowling, I threw one ball, got a strike, blah, blah, blah. It was great. Here's the thing. It's going to be exposed. People are going to find out what's happening, how it's connected. The biggest threat right now that people are concerned about is you have probably one of the most powerful men, or possibly the smartest, says he doesn't have an IQ of 200 or 150, maybe 120. You know, I'm averaging maybe 90 something, and it probably shows, or somewhere around there. I'm just saying, and I am gonna say it, you've got to be patient. You've just got to wait. But the thing is we can't give, or nobody can really give the Democrats more time to destroy files, which I don't believe that's even possible. I mean, I'm sure they can shred this or that or this or that. But in some vault somewhere, in some cloud, in some thumbnail, in some hard drive, somebody's got it. And they're going to find it. And everything that's usually sent through the internet is, believe it or not, Edward Snowden will tell you, and so will Julian Assange, that a lot of that information is tracked. I just have to say this in regards to Pam Bondi, in regards to what her role is if, like I've said in my last video, if you're not going to be transparent about all of it, then why even do it? Then make up some excuse, and then we'll know where you stand. Okay, if you're not going to divulge it all, if you're not going to release the entire Epstein file, if you're not going to actually go after a congressman, if you're not going to actually go after a previous cabinet member of the Biden administration or Obama's era or whatever, then just keep fucking doing the lie. Just stick with the deep state and keep hosing the fucking American people. But if you're not, because that's what it is. That's what I explained in my last video. Integrity, dignity, honor, true ethics. You know, would God be happy with you giving some information and not all of the information? I think when Jesus spoke, he decided to tell everybody everything he knew. I don't think he held back on anything when he's sitting around on the ground, on the tarps, breaking bread and having a few cups of wine. That was the church, and that's how the information got around. But in this day and age, we deserve answers. I guess you're going to expose all the JFK information. Thank you. That's long gone, but thank you. There are more recent things that that are still happening that are affecting our lives. Not to say that did not affect our lives. The Robert F. Kennedy assassination with 100 guns coming out of nowhere, possibly, did cause problems, for sure. The Gulf of Tonkin caused problems. Building 7 caused a lot of problems of 9/11. You know, Fluvid-19 caused a lot of fucking problems. There's a lot of things out there that, you know, MK Ultra. I mean, I could go on and on and on, and I've brought it up several times. But like I've said before, we're not going to evolve as a species, as a planet. Let me give you a scenario, okay? And maybe we have contacted some extraterrestrial beings out there, and they're just kind of laughing at us. Maybe they're just watching us like a sitcom. Who fucking knows? But if we do actually sit down at the bread breaking table with beings that have the capability to travel through space and time at the snap of a finger or a thought, who fucking knows, and we start to say, hey, we've been honest with our species for a long time, they're going to fucking hit the flush button. They're going to, are you fucking stupid? Do you think we're stupid? Do you want to be a part of this federation of planets like Star Trek if you're going to bullshit us right off the bat and you've been lying to your own species? How is that an intelligent species? It's the bullshit species, and I'm really getting tired that we haven't been able to evolve, especially in the Industrial Revolution that we're going through right now that's booming like fucking crazy. You know, my grandfather passed away a decade or so ago, and it was pretty hard. But I remember when he said, he goes, Jimmy, I've had a wonderful time here. I've done it all, big and small. I've traveled. I've had beautiful kids and beautiful grandkids, and you've been fantastic. And he said, but I've seen technology move so fast. I've was alive when there were still horse and buggies in some places throughout the United States. And I've been to places where now, at the flip of a phone, it's like Star Trek, you can talk to somebody across the planet or in space. You know, we are at the precipice now. Whether we want to continue the sweeping stuff under the rug or redacting this and redacting that, which I understand to protect the innocent, the victims, absolutely, of course, duh. But when it comes to exposing the criminality of certain people that are doing things to our fellow citizens and our fellow allies or other countries, this is all got to stop. It's all got to stop. It's time to just come clean. You know, what happened? What you know, and like I've said it before when I've talked about this many times on Monotalk. In a relationship, whether it's you work, you personal, you wife, you partner, whatever the case may be, if you're honest and if you express what's going on completely, not holding anything back, and not afraid to be honest, I think that relationship grows. Or some of them that I know and I've seen will just hide it forever and take it to the graves. It's just fucking crazy. You know, but like I said, if I'm a extraterrestrial just being with an IQ of 1,000 and I come down and you start beating sweat when you're telling me this and that, and I'm just going, are you kidding me? Is this are you sure you want to start this way with the conversation for you to be in this galactic multi-universal alliance with other dimensional beings? Are you sure you want to go start there? I mean, as kind of far-fetched as this conversation that I'm having right now seems, this is the point at some point hopefully we'll get to. I mean, wouldn't you want to know? Wouldn't you want to be able to travel through space and time? Like that? Yeah, I want a transporter room on fucking Waikiki Beach. Right? Or Kauai at Haiana Point on the North Shore. So I can go camping like I used to do when I was a kid. on the island of Kauai. I want a transporter right there. That right there. That's where I want to go and hang out. But I'm just saying we've got to really just let it out, man. If you want this country to be as powerful as it ever could be and be the actual leader of truth, justice, and the American way, then just do it. And yeah, I'm hearing it. I can already hear it in the background. People go, no, but you're going to destroy national security. We're going to expose too much information. It's going to make us look like we've been full of shit for so long. But everybody knows that. You don't think other countries know what their truth is and what our truth isn't? You don't think they know already? It would be like me coming in and saying, hey guys, last night at the party, just want to let you know, I spiked everybody's drink with some crazy drug. Right? I don't know. That just came out of my head. Right? But I'm just saying, and then everybody in the room going, oh, dude, was that you? Fucking asshole, and I'll take the hit. In the military, I was taught, take the hit. You got to take the hit. It's just how, you're not going to learn unless you get the slap. You know what I'm saying? So, or do I just say nothing? No. I want to be honest. I'd like to be honest with people. That's the best way to do it. So what I'm saying to everybody right now, I think it's truly important, is when the information starts to come out, hopefully it's not fucking redacted to shit. Hopefully when they start bringing these people into not congressional hearings, which are bullshit and dog and pony shows, if I see another fucking congressional hearing, I'm gonna fucking hurl. We just saw 4 sanctuary state puppets for the global predator class sit there and just fart all over shit and puke all over everybody. No, we need actual court trial hearings. We need these people in prison that have commit treasonous acts. Right? I want the Nuremberg Code back. That's what I want. Why don't we get NATO and the UN to say, hey, let's bring back the Nuremberg Code? Why isn't that fucking like the number one thing right now? Why isn't that the number one thing? That could be the reason why the Federation of Planets isn't going to do anything with us. That could be the reason. They might just decide, you know what? These people are fucking trouble. Think. And there goes up on a think. Don't say I didn't warn you. I fucking am getting tired of saying that. Anyway, all I am saying right now, and I'm going to say it again, have a little fucking self-dignity. That's it. Just a little dignity. I'm not the fucking guru on dignity or honor or pride and all this other shit, but it's just pretty common sense at this point. I mean, you can't fucking keep bearing the lie for a long time. I mean, if you watch the movie Thor 3, I think it was, when she came back, Helga came back and she starts throwing the knives in this dome cathedral of the main palace of Asgard, and she exposes the actual history of her and Thor's dad Odin, which was pretty bad. But what happened at the end? Everything worked out. They lost Asgard, but Asgard isn't a place, it's a people. Now, what? Yeah, they're at a minimum. All right, we got to start doing a show about clean drilling and clean energy. And I'm talking about the residuals, and that's going to be something I think I want to work with Sorcon. By the way, I just want to let everybody know I've partnered up with a few companies. I am a uncaptive insurance agent. It's a part-time back burner thing right now, but I will be providing information, and actually I'm going to leave it in here. I'm going to start putting it on the comments, maybe. I might put in the... I don't know if I want to mix this with that. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. But I will have a page, and it's just real simple. It's term life. I'm going to be selling term life insurance. I mean, I got the license. I took the test. It was 100 questions. It's 2 hours long. I can't believe I fucking passed it, honestly. But I did. And I've got to use it. I didn't spend $150 and, I don't know, a month and a half of fucking studying for this thing for nothing. Other than that, thank you all for being here. Howdy and aloha to everybody. Snort, good talking with you. Actually, I'm going to text you after that. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you after this. All right, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Everybody, aloha. Remember, Pam Bondi, it's going to take time for her to put everything together, but let's just hope she has some actual ethics, integrity, and dignity, just let it out, just for fuck's sakes. I mean, we're already a powerful country. That's all I got to say.